Today on Attack of the Show, we'll have an all-new AOTS hardware where we put down the joystick and pick up a real gun. We'll show you some assault rifles from Airsoft. Plus, it's DVD Day. We'll take you inside the anime Hellboy, the amazing Screw-On Head, and Hollywoodland. If you're looking to take the party downstairs, you'll get all the advice you need when we go in your pants. Get your Katamari rolling. A live Attack of the Show starts right now.
What's going on here? Pick up on this. Attack.
For all these stuff you care about. It is Tuesday, February 6th. I'm Olivia Munn, and there's like 4 people over there.
A lot of noise. A lot of noise.
I couldn't quite make out what you were saying, though. What was it? Oh, no. Okay. Someone's shy.
Hold on. I'm Kevin Pereira. Exactly. We're coming to you live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles. We really got to work this out.
We have to work this
Can
out.
we just fire them all?
You're all fired, sorry.
Done. There we go.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Yesterday,
You're sick, by
big
the way.
news. There was, well, you got me sick.
You got me sick.
There was a settlement in the Aquagate case, people.
Yes. Turner Broadcasting has agreed to cough up $2 million for the supposed hoax devices, $1 million for the city's troubles, and another $1 million in goodwill funds to various agencies.
Or bribe, if you want to put it another way.
Yeah.
But despite this, the Boston 2, Peter Badowski and Sean Stevens, they're still facing charges. So I don't know, Turner said they're willing to pay the legal fees. I hope they do that. Is
that all they're going to do? They're not going to...
I haven't really heard an update yet, but...
Well, I mean, I wonder if one of the big execs over at Turner and, you know, what if one of their sons or whatever went to, you know, to prison or jail or whatever. I'm sure they'd get out. I mean, you pull some strings to get them out.
Yeah, but these are just jaded artists. They're fine. Lock them up. Send a message to the YouTube generation.
I didn't know that they were that.
Yeah, now you know.
They should go to jail forever. But now it's time to go to the home of perpetual backstabbing.
Yeah, everyone gets thrown under the bus when we go around the net.
Do you want some drink? It'll make you feel better.
Get your sick away from me.
It'll make you feel better.
Yesterday, we highlighted some of the best commercials that premiered during the Super Bowl, and Bud Light was out in force. They had some brand new spots, they were pretty good.
Yeah, they had a commercial where slapping people in the face became the next fist pound. Now, everyone loves a face slap, so this video was pretty popular the next morning. Take a look.
Yo, Steve, fist bump is out, man.
Really? What's in? Cool.
Pretty funny, right? All right. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. I've never seen people just slap people. Oh wait, yeah, no, I have.
Yeah, it seems that someone at the ad agency might be a fan of the Whitest Kids You Know. You heard of that at all? They're a sketch improv group based out of New York, and they claim that they've been ripped off.
Yeah, so here is their original skit, which was available online for quite some time.
Oh, stop it! Oh, you weren't there. Dude, sorry. That's the new thing. We all decided on it last night. Pretty cool, huh?
What's the new thing? Oh, that's the new thing? Oh, stop it! Hey, what's up, you guys? Was that right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think they're pretty close. I would call shenanigans on that.
What?
I would say, I think they're close enough. No word on whether or not there's going to be legal action, but
it seems pretty close. But that's hard, you know, when you put something out on the internet, you're kind of, you know, unless you get some kind of...
giving it up for, like, ad execs in ivory towers to totally poach your idea and screw you?
Yeah, I guess so.
No.
I mean, what's the...
If they really did steal it, they deserve a kickback.
They do deserve a kickback, but who says legally they're going to get it?
I put football players in high school during this little high school project that I did, and they had, like, guys in helmets spearing students, and then Terry Tate, office linebacker, came out, like, 4 years after that. Conspiracy? Mm-hmm. Someone owes me some money.
How much money do you think you get?
I'll settle for a cool mill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we can end it now. Be friends.
Would you buy me a Daewoo if you had $1 million?
No, I'd get you a Kia.
Oh, I like Kias.
They're cute.
They are cute. They're little. And finally, we have a future Darwin Award winner. This video shows something so dumb, so miscalculated that we can't say this enough. Don't try this at home.
Seriously, some geniuses decided to construct a dry ice bomb in what was supposedly an unbreakable bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can probably imagine how this goes wrong. Yeah, it's titanium. No, take a look. It's plastic.
All right, wait for it. Okay. Wait for it to pressurize. Shake it up. Wait. Just wait. Just hold it and wait.
Oh my God!
You okay?
Taking the
Where's the bleeding from? Oh my God. All right, let's go. Okay. Ian, how bad is it, dude? What?
Take a picture.
Oh my God. Are we going to the hospital? Can I drive in? Oh yeah.
Now's the bottle.
Dude didn't deserve a hand to grasp after that. He really should have just lost it.
And if he still has his hand, if it's still there, we should cut it off.
It's the least we could do.
It's the least.
Mom's gonna be so pissed when she found out I skipped out on choir practice.
It's
like,
dry
dude,
ice inside a plastic bottle.
Yeah.
Drop it.
It's gonna happen.
Idiot.
Well, that's it for today, folks, but even more insanity awaits you on our website. Find it at g4tv.com/aroundthenet, formerly known as the Daily Nut.
Don't worry, it's the same nut you've grown to love, and while you're there, sign up for the Around the Net podcast.
Right now, though, it's time for the only news that you need to know. Here's Layla Cayley and the feed headlines.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, a court ruling has opened up the possibility for more versions of the iPod. We'll tell you why. Plus, Walmart has launched a new video download service today, and we'll give you all the details. And Joe Francis has entered the world of gaming. We'll tell you what's in store. It's all coming your way in the feed. But first, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Layla. All right, late last week, the parent company of MTV, Comedy Central, and CBS, they demanded that YouTube pull 100,000 clips from their site. Big move.
That's right, Viacom, right? And a lot of people feel that watching copyrighted clips is what makes YouTube so valuable.
Well, and then now they're asking, well, if they lose all the good content off YouTube, what's going to be left? Is it crazy pet videos and ball to rail jams 06?
If you've already downloaded it to your site, like it's on your MySpace page, and they say that you can't use it, do they automatically just disappear?
Yeah,
because
it
just automatically disappears.
It's on your page, loading it off of YouTube.
Up to there.
Yeah.
That would suck. I've got some good stuff I like. Well, we want to know what you guys think in today's poll question. Is the end near for YouTube? Vote at our website, g4tv.com/AOTS, or text your vote to G4TXT, that's 44898 to vote, and register for AOTS Live News alerts.
All right, now this year at the Sundance Film Festival, there was a completely original animated film titled We Are the Strange. And the film mixes 8-bit video game graphics with Japanese animation, and it really creates a style that, honestly, we've never seen before. So coming up later in the show, we're giving you a sneak peek at this very bizarre film.
Strangeness and oddity awaits you today, people. Stay with us. We're Attack of the Show, and we are far from normal. Time to take the medicine. We'll be back.
What medicine?
Here's what's coming up on today's Attack of the Show. From Hollywood to hell, we're invading your living room on TV Tuesday. You want to head south on her, but you don't know how. We'll help you clean the carpet when we go in your pants. Viacom has issued takedown notices for hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube. But can they really claim that they're stealing content? The Loop takes the stand. All this and more when the attack comes back.
So, where do you think this guy should move?
I'd say this way. And let's make sure that sound effect we used in the last level fits in here too.
This one?
Yeah.
You know, I'm so glad I got into game design. It's cool to be able to create the kind of games that we play.
I know what you mean. And the training at Collins College takes less time than most people might think.
Can you believe we get paid to do this?
For a complimentary DVD, call 888-823-0999. Operators are standing by. That's 888-823-0999. Call now.
Don't worry about that.
Gas mileage and hold your car back.
Yeah, right.
Castrol GTX has an improved formula to stop sludge in its tracks.
Give me a burger, fries.
GTX's new dispersants neutralize sludge for superior protection among leading 5W and 10W30s.
And some extra napkins.
Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
I like tinkering. I like knowing what makes things work. I'm a biomedical equipment technician for Universal Hospital Services. I do repairs and performance checks on medical equipment and make sure it's safe enough to go on a person. The electronics education I received at ITT Tech has made a real difference in my life. The hands-on approach and the programs helped me entering into the workforce. My family is very important to me, so my job makes me feel good because I can provide for them. I bought my own house, and I enjoy doing all the small things homeowners get to do. Good things will come when you work hard and dedicate yourself. I'm proof of that.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-327-1172 or visit us on the web. Get an education that can help you reach your goals. ITT Tech has information on financial aid programs for those who qualify. Call 1-800-327-1172 to apply.
What happens when you take 12 snowboarding animals and force them to work in the same hotel? The Block, Monday at 10. Only on G4.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. We are live and talking YouTube. Before the break, we asked you, is the end near for YouTube? Well, according to the monkeys at the G4 Zoo, 74% of you think that the end of YouTube is not even close to being there. Let's go over to Kevin, who is always first to pull the plug.
Now, I agree with the monkeys in this case. All right, now YouTube might be the most successful site on the internet, serving at least 100 million video clips every single day. I mean, it seems like an unstoppable force, but now Viacom, they want to take them down a peg or two. Take a look. In only 2 years, YouTube has already rocketed past Google and Yahoo to become the #1 in web video. However, some now regard YouTube as the new Napster, a startup.com that shot to the top on the backs of content owners. But now those owners aren't going to take it anymore. Last week, Viacom, the owner of TV channels CBS, MTV, and Comedy Central, launched an unprecedented attack against YouTube in the war on copyright infringement. Viacom demanded that YouTube take down a staggering 100,000 clips that violate their copyrights. YouTube responded by saying, quote, "The biggest feeling we have right now is regret that Viacom may miss out on the chance to interact with the YouTube community," end quote. But if this type of legal action continues, will there still be a community left? Will YouTube meet the same fate as Napster? Or is this just a bump in the road for the internet giant? Broadcast yourself. It's The Loop. All right, folks, joining us via satellite tonight from San Francisco, editor for Wired magazine, Mark McCluskey, and from the CNET studios, the executive editor for CNET.com, Miss Molly Wood. Welcome to The Loop, everybody. Molly, I'd love to start with you. Viacom, did they make the right move here, yes or no, in your opinion? Was this the right thing to tell YouTube, take down all these clips?
Well, it's hard to say if it's going to turn out to be the right thing, but I do think it's a pretty bold move, and I kind of admire it. I kind of like the idea that Viacom's basically saying to YouTube, your attitude is that if we're not on YouTube, we're stupid, but our attitude is, hey, we're actually not getting that much out of it, so we're going to put this stuff up on our own site and on TV and let users come to us.
Well, Molly, just moments ago, Jeff Zucker from NBC Universal, he's saying, hey, you know what, YouTube, you need to give our clips the same protection you've given everybody else. Did Viacom just start a major domino effect that could crush YouTube, you think?
I think they might have, because I think it is a pretty big statement. It's kind of the first time that somebody said, you know what, we're not even going to try to negotiate with YouTube at this point. And I thought maybe the Viacom move was a negotiating tactic at first, but then they were quoted in the Wall Street Journal as saying, basically, we think it's bad marketing to be on YouTube. So I think they're kind of opening the door for these big networks to say, like, maybe it's not worth it to be there. Maybe we're not getting enough out of it.
Well, Mark, what do you think? Some viewers and some YouTube users, they're saying, hey, it costs Viacom nothing to have their clips on YouTube, and they're getting millions and millions of eyeballs. I mean, isn't that a mistake to pull your clips down?
This isn't even the first time Viacom has done this. Late last year, they tried to pull a bunch of Daily Show, a bunch of Colbert Report clips, and people went nuts, and they put them back up because, these guys aren't stupid. They know the audience is there. And Molly makes the point that she thought it was a negotiating ploy, and I completely think it's a negotiating ploy. I think this is Viacom trying to find a little leverage and trying to do a deal to get revenue from YouTube for this stuff. I think it's nothing more than that, frankly.
See, I don't think it is anymore, actually. I think maybe that Viacom has done the math, and they've said, it's not worth it for us. We're not getting the ratings boost, and we can wrap this stuff in advertising and run it on our own site. I think the mistake they would make is if they had it all pulled off of YouTube and then they didn't put it online at their own site. But I think they're maybe saying, we want to bring people home to Viacom to watch this stuff.
And I think that would be great if we had sort of any sense of a critical mass of audience on any of these network sites, and that these networks had shown that they were willing to do that. They've got this entire web of business relationships that they're trying to protect. Everything from advertisers to, people who create the content, to writers, to directors. There are all these contracts, and none of them work in this new world where the audience has migrated online and you just don't sell a 30-second spot in the middle of it.
All right, well, Molly, let me ask you here, because YouTube's response to Viacom about this entire issue was, quote, "It's unfortunate that YouTube will no longer be able to benefit from YouTube's passionate audience." How does Viacom benefit from having its shows on YouTube exactly, other than those eyeballs? Do you think someone sees a Daily Show clip on YouTube and says, oh, okay, I want to start tuning into that show? Does that happen, or do they say, oh, that was interesting, I'll wait till the next interesting clip pops up on YouTube and completely ignore the channel?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the big question. Obviously, NBC was able to prove with The Office that when people got that show on iTunes, that translated into higher ratings for them. The difference was, though, that people were buying that show on iTunes. And so no one's buying these shows on YouTube. They must have, I'm thinking at this point, since as Mark pointed out, they did this once before, there was a huge outcry, they put it back, but they must have at this point realized nobody's paying to watch this stuff on YouTube, and maybe it's not translating into higher enough revenues, and Viacom has been pretty good about putting those same clips up on their own websites. So I'm thinking that they're just saying, there's no money in it for us.
Now, Mark, what do you think about YouTube's response to this request? Because I was doing multiple searches, throughout the week. I couldn't find a single clip, even under different tags, or maybe an older clip from a Daily Show or South Park that might have been labeled as something different. And they repeatedly said that they can't really control their content because users are uploading it, and yet it seems that overnight they were able to ban hundreds of thousands of clips. Isn't that kind of weird that YouTube has that control of the content, yet they say they don't have these protections in place?
Well, it's not a matter of can't. It's a matter of how you comply with the law. The way the copyright law is written right now, if YouTube puts everything up and then pulls things down the copyright owners complain about, then they aren't putting the burden on themselves to do that screening ahead of time. If they put that burden on themselves, then as a copyright owner, I come in and say, hey, you missed this, now you owe me damages. So, as a legal strategy, it's much easier for YouTube and Google to sort of throw up their hands and say, look, everything goes up, and then we deal with it later, and we will certainly comply with any requests from any copyright owners. But
Molly, final word, though, in the light of Viacom and now with NBC getting the deal, is the, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission approach, is that going to last long for YouTube, or are they going the way of Napster?
I think they're really between a rock and a hard place now because it's becoming really obvious to people that they can filter. They have themselves said, in pursuit of these deals with the big networks, we're working on filtering technology. And like Mark said, that opens up a big legal can of worms for them.
Sure.
And I think once you lose all that great free content, you do have a problem with your audience.
Right. They'll finish the filters when they need to, as in when all the clips need to get pulled because they're being sued like crazy. All right. I want to thank our guests, Mark and Molly, for keeping us in the loop. We appreciate it, folks. YouTube, they might be in serious trouble. What makes the site great is the ability to share more than just America's youth ghostwriting the whip, if you will. It's about catching the latest SNL digital short, or Bill Gates being the nerd on The Daily Show, or a racist Michael Richards. Whatever. If Viacom doesn't want to play ball, then that's fine. It's their content. It's their deal. But it'd be foolish to think that these videos aren't going to show up someplace else and that the problem's simply going to go away. So, hey, Viacom, listen up. Set some limits if you want. You deserve a kickback, but stopping on-demand video in the digital age, it's not going to happen. I hope you don't think that's the case. Let's go over to Olivia, who in the forums is always in demand, especially if she has a Snickers for some reason.
I love Snickers. What can I say? Now stay with us. More nutty, creamy madness right after the break. I'll be right here doing it.
We shoot to thrill when we take aim at airsoft guns on AOTS hardware.